Pragya, where are you joining from?
Sir, I'm joining from Jaipur.
From?
Jaipur, Rajasthan.
Jaipur, okay.
Yes.
Can you tell us brief background about yourself, your educational background, your family background, your career goals, everything? Tell us in about 3 to 4 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Go
Sir,
ahead.
my name is Pragya Seni, and belong to Jaipur district of Rajasthan. I have completed my graduation in Bachelor's of Science from Maharani's College, Jaipur, and then after I started preparing for civil services. Along with that, I also pursued my master's in public administration from Indira Gandhi National Open University. And sir, my interests are reflective writing and teaching, and this is my first interview at UPSC.
Pragya, may I suggest right now that you can afford to be a little bit more pleasant. There is no smile on your
Sir,
face. You seem to be either too tense. I
yes,
don't know
sir,
why. You are not at ease with yourself. So please try to be relaxed and
okay,
have a pleasant expression on your face.
okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
tell me about your family background.
Sir, we are a family of six, and my father is a shopkeeper. He has a electrical repairing shop, and my mother is a homemaker, and I have two brothers and one sister. Sir. We are based in Shahpura, Jaipur.
Okay. And what are your preferences? What would you like to join? Which service in order of preference?
Sir, I aspire to become join Indian Administrative Service, and then IPS, then IRS, and sir, then IFS, Foreign Service.
You do not wish to join IFS?
Yes, sir.
You do not wish to join IFS if you are
Sir,
selected?
IFS is one of the prestigious service. One get chance to serve the nation as an ambassador. I will be happy to join that also, sir.
What is the preference? That is number 2, 3, 4, IFS
Sir, it is up. It is number 5.
5.
Yes,
You
sir.
would much rather like to stay within the country if you are able to get an opportunity, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, one thing is also that one cannot reappear for examination again after getting into IFS. As I am aspiring for administrative service, so I want to write exam once again if
All right.
I did not get that.
Which newspaper do you read?
Sir, I daily read Hindu and Indian Express also, sir.
Hindu and Indian Express.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us a couple of important news which you would have read today, which would have struck you?
Sir, I'm sorry, but today it is very heavily raining in Jaipur, and I did not get received my newspaper
No
yet.
problem. Even I didn't get any newspaper today. Although I did try to read online,
Yes,
which
sir.
you can online, even if you don't get the newspaper,
Yes, sir.
you can try and read news or hear it on the television or whatever.
Okay,
Any
sir, I will
about
surely do.
yesterday, any important news which would have struck you?
Sorry, sir, I am not able to recall any exact piece of news.
All right. Okay. Uh, what is your mission in life? IAS is good. Suppose you are selected in IAS, but IAS is not the goal. It is not the mission. It's a means to achieve something. So, what is it that your mission? Why do you wish to join IAS?
Uh, Sir, there are more than one reason behind my will to join IAS or more mission in my life. I come from a small town in Rajasthan where girls are not encouraged to study, and we constantly struggle to become something in our life, to ward off early marriages and to get employment. And I am fortunate that my parents have given me chance to study, and I want to see civil services as an opportunity more than as a job. to become an icon for many others like me. And so the service itself offers satisfaction and an opportunity to make meaningful impact in the lives of others. Sir, that's why I aspire to join civil services.
Suppose you are in a position in the government to make a difference for
Yes,
the
sir.
girls. What would you like to do? What would be the areas in which you would like to make a difference and how?
Okay, sir. Sir, if I get a chance to make a difference as a part of being a part of government, I would really like to work upon areas of girls' education, making them empowered so they can make their choices, focusing upon their health, encouraging them to seek healthcare for themselves, which they sometimes neglect by themselves. And the women education and health is one of the area. Along with that, I also work on the education sector overall. Sir.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the new education policy, NEP 2020? You read it, the NEP 2020?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have read it. Sir, it is one of the transformative policy which came after a very long time since the last education policy of 1986.
After a long
Sir,
time,
it comes with,
after how many years? This new policy
uh,
said after a long time, after how many years?
sir, after 25 years almost.
25. When was the last policy announced by the government?
Sir, it was 1986.
1986.
Yes, sir.
So how many years? 35. Anyway, carry on.
Yes,
So what are the
sir.
salient features?
Sir, the salient features of the education policy, first of all, is to focus upon the early child education and care, which is remain neglected. Then it aims to give educational rights not only to 6 to 14 years age group, but also extended from up to 3 years of age. It focuses upon the teachers' training and create school complexes in which all the schools and one school and nearby schools are closely integrated. Then it focuses upon the higher education side also. Emphasis upon the research. It creates a
Uh,
national.
just
Yes, sir.
talk. Tell me, these days education is being imparted online because of the
Yes,
pandemic.
sir.
Are there any problems there in learning outcomes? Has any survey been conducted? Can you tell us in what manner the learning outcomes online be improved?
Uh, Sir, as we all are facing, the education has shifted online majorly due to pandemic. Sir, I am not able to recollect any specific survey, but sir, online education offers flexibility, but sir, there is slightly some impact on the learning outcomes also, sir. Because a computer or any online education cannot replace a teacher. It is generally said that Google cannot be become a teacher in all holistic manner. So,
All
sir,
right.
there is surely an impact on the learning outcomes.
Okay. Neeraj, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Pragya,
Good morning, sir.
good morning. Uh, I noticed that you are essentially a science student. Is
Yes,
that right? And
yes,
then
sir.
you shifted to public administration.
Yes, sir.
Any particular reason why you left science and switched to public administration?
Sir, civil services has always in my mind and my heart, but my dream concretized in the last year of my graduation. When I was making a decision about my optional, I found the syllabus of public administration very interesting, dynamic, and practical. As a science student, I was curious to know how administration works, structure, and this curiosity also helped me to complete my syllabus. And I also went to pursue masters in public administration. And sir, public administration as an optional also will give me an edge after selection also, and that I will be in position to understand an issue in a holistic manner, sir, in a
Okay.
systemic approach.
Okay. Did you come across this term called SWOT analysis in public
Yes,
administration?
sir. Yes, sir.
So, if I were to ask you to do a SWOT analysis of yourself, how would you do it?
Yes, sir.
So, I
Sir,
would like you to tell me 5 strengths that you have, 5 weaknesses,
yes, sir.
5 opportunities,
Yes, sir.
and 5 threats that you face.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have studied in Navodaya Vidyalaya, where selection are based on merit, and I was fortunate to be the one, and I have stayed there with one of the youngest young bright minds. So I have realized the fact that I am not the best, and there are many others with lot of strength. That fact made me humble and polite. First of all, sir, I appreciate merit, so I am honest. And sir, I have stayed in hostel, so I am very adaptive to the circumstances, conditions, views, opinions. I believe in teamwork, and as I believe in teamwork. And sir, I have empathy. Since I have come from a humble background, so I am very come with a natural advantage to serve, understand the needs of people, sir. These are my strengths. And sir, to coming to the weaknesses, um, I think I need to work little more on my emotional intelligence, as one should not swayed by emotions while taking the decision. And sir, second would be that I think I lack some artistic qualities like my other siblings and my other peers. And sir, opportunity is that I, as a science student as well as student of public administration, I have advantage of both uh, focusing on facts as well as values side also, sir. And I have an approach to deal with any problem in a systemic way. I look into the problem solution towards in the system also as well as in surroundings also, sir. And sir, about threats, I'm sorry, I'm not able to come up with any.
No problem. Uh, and on similar lines, if we were to do SWOT analysis of our own country, how would you do that?
Sorry, sir, on country.
Yes, India. If you were to do the SWOT analysis for India, how would you do it?
Yes, sir. Sir, I will be very happy to do SWOT analysis for India. Sir, our strengths are, first of all, we are a very old civilization. We carries our values with a lot of proud and confidence. And second, sir, we are a young country. We have a demographic dividend, which is will be continue for next 40 years. And then sir, we have in past also we have great leaders, and presently we continues to have great leaders to lead our country. We have good diplomatic relations with our neighboring countries. And so economically wise we aspire, we have come a long way since independence, and it is one of the emerging countries, and we aspire to become 5 trillion economy. And sir, coming to weakness, uh, the communal partition which we have witnessed in past uh, sparks sometimes communal clashes in our community. It is one of the weakness that we have to work upon our communal harmony in some of the cases, sir. And second weakness, we have a demographic dividend, but we are yet to provide it health and skill to it, so that it cannot become a demographic disaster in coming days. And so next weakness is that political corruption is one of the political and administrative corruption is one of the weakness I see. And so coming to the opportunities, we have opportunity to emerge one of the superpowers in the coming decades or years. And sir, not superpower, not only in terms of economy, but in the terms of values also, sir. And sir, opportunity to lead the world, opportunity to become a leader of South, developing other emerging economies. We have opportunity to do great in the area of climate change and other things like renewable energy, solar power. We are also emerging as a leader in the field of disaster management by creating resilient infrastructure alliance. And such threat is emerges from our neighborhood. One is China, and then in Pakistan. And so other threats are coming across the region also, as we see the instability in Afghanistan and sir in larger Middle East, for example in Syria and so. So this is the SWOT analysis by me.
Very good. Now tell me, what is soft power?
Yes, sir. Sir, soft power is a term used in foreign relation as we study in our international relation. So soft power is using our culture, people-to-people contact, technology to achieve good foreign relations with other countries. For example, sir, India launched satellite for other Southeast countries, South Asian countries also. And so when we talk about soft power, people to people contact, tourism is one of the area that is.
Where do we fare in terms of soft power?
Sir, India deploys soft power in many of the cases. But sir, for example, in Afghanistan focused upon infrastructure. We built in parliament building for them, Salma Dam for them. Uh, but sir, now when I see the situation of Afghanistan, I think we are little bit failing over deploying the soft power as Taliban is encroaching there. And so with other countries, we are, for example, in building relations with our Southeast Asian countries, with which them we share connect of Buddhism, infrastructure, connectivity. We are good at soft power.
Okay. One of your hobbies is reflective writing.
Yes, sir.
So what do you mean by reflective writing, and what do you exactly do?
Yes, sir. Sir, reflective writing is an activity where I reflect upon my experience, any event, and it is more about the description that what, where, who, and more about the analysis of the event. That what was the thought process which led me to make the decision. How can I make it better? And sir, reflective writing helps me in learning from mistakes of my own. It gives me self-confidence. It prepares me for the future. And sir, can I share one of the instances of reflective writing?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Please
Sir,
go ahead.
last year I was very hopeful. Yes, sir. Sir, last year I was very hopeful that I will get through the mains. But when I get results, I was not there. And I write upon my experience of giving the main 9 days of 9 papers. And I made realize that uh, I need more practice about the answer writing, more time management. And sir, this time I worked upon them and I am here in front of you.
So do you think you will be doing some reflective writing on today's mock interview?
Surely, sir. I will be doing it.
Okay, thank you. Rajiv ji?
Thank you, sir. Pragya,
Yes, sir.
you've taken the subject public administration.
Yes, sir.
Have you read the second ARC report since you've done your post graduation also in the same subject? Have you read the second ARC
sir.
report? You have?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What does it have to say about the Citizens Charter? What are the components of the Citizens Charter, and just rate its success?
Sir, citizen charter is a statement coming from a public institution that what it offers and the timeline in which it will deliver and the grievance redressal if you not get the services. And sir, when I read the performance, sir, second ARC has give the objective of deploying the citizen charter in all of our institutes. But sir, when I read the performance of citizen charter, it is still to get as a it is still to come up as a reformative step because many institutions, although Department of Personnel and Training has given the performa of adopting the charter, but many institutions are yet to come up with it. There are many institutions where guidelines are missing and the grievance redressal contexts are given wrong. And so we have a lot to do in the field of citizen charters.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't say anything about Department of Personal Training. I worked there for 10 years, so I would have gone into a shock. Okay, what is dynamic administration and whose theory is it?
Then, sir, I am not able to recall the name of the scientist or scholar who have given this theory. But dynamic administration is not the one who have inertia to perform. Dynamic administration have a stable structure, have a proper structure, but it is very dynamic in its approach. By adopting the flexible human resources policy, by deploying the resources, and it is focuses upon the rational use of resources. It is not static. It is dynamic in its approach.
What is indicative planning in PubAd?
Sir, indicative, sorry sir, I am confused between the term indicative and imperative, but I think it is more about the government planning about the resources.
I would have loved to get some more details from you, but anyway, what are the names of the 3 farm laws which are under siege?
Sir, I have read extensively about them, but I will
Don't you
try.
collect
Can
the
I try
names?
to name? Yes.
It's all right.
Sir,
It's
one
okay.
is farmer,
Yes.
farmer produce, trade and commerce, and one is Essential Commodities Act, and one is regarding the contact farming, facilitation of farming services.
Tell me, Pragya, how many states have bicameral legislatures? Just the number.
Sir, six. I think, sir, it is 6 states have bicameral.
And what is the method by which suppose a state were to ask for a second legislature? What is the process?
Sir, the state assembly have to pass a resolution by the special majority, and then after parliament agrees to it by a simple majority. And then,
What do you understand by corporate governance?
sir, corporate governance, it is the way companies are rules are laid by the government to how by following this the company is governed. It is about protecting the interest of the investors, shareholders, and by laying some guidelines, for example, corporate social responsibility to include the independent members in board of directors. It is the guidelines by which a corporate should be governed in an ideal way, sir.
Any amendments that have been made recently? Are you aware?
Sir, I think decriminalization of some of the aspects were carried out, that some acts were decriminalized. They were made civil offense.
I thought, Pragya, you will also mention that women have to find a place in the board of directors. But anyway, that the answer that you gave was perfectly correct. I'm okay with it. Now,
I will learn more about it.
yeah. Achha, what are the judicial remedies? Which is the ministry which administers the corporate governance in the country?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it.
But are you aware of the act if there is a violation or a perceived violation of any provision of the law under the corporate governance? What is the judicial remedy? How does it work?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about
Not
the.
aware? Okay, it's okay. Now then, can we talk about the 360-degree assessment or appraisal? What is it about?
So 360-degree appraisal is one of the modern methods which have emerged in the area of performance evaluation of an employee. Sir, it is traditionally the approach was that superior recommendations were taken over an employee's performance. But sir, 360 when we are doing the 360-degree performance appraisal, not only the superior but the peers, subordinates comments are also taken into consideration. And the employee himself uh, also add values in the performance evaluation. Sir.
So are they to be treated at par with the annual performance appraisal report? I mean, any idea on this?
Sir, right now it has it is making a leeway in the our performance appraisal methods, but it is not adopted at a large scale. And sir, it should the components of 360-degree appraisal should be included in the report.
Uh, what do you know about the code of conduct? Do we have a code of conduct here in India for which covers all public servants?
Yes, sir, surely we have a code of conduct. It is about Civil Services Conduct Rules 1964, sir. And these make delineates that how a public servant should conduct, do's and don'ts about the way, about his work, sir.
And in case of violation of the conduct rules, what happens to the public servant?
I think, sir, departmental inquiries there.
Are
I'm not
conducted.
sure. Sorry, sir.
Okay. What do you know? What is double jeopardy? What is double jeopardy? Yeah.
Sir, double jeopardy is when one individual is punished twice. For example, when an officer has done any wrong, the departmental inquiry is also there, and the judiciary will also give him the punishment. But it is not applicable retrospectively. So I will learn more about it.
More about it. Okay. My last question, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is capacity building?
Sir, capacity building is one of has very is a very heavyweight word, and it encompasses focusing upon the training, encompasses upon focusing upon the values, giving someone skill, and to build the capacity. For example, it can be used in the term of personal management, also disaster management, also, and so in giving someone skills, also skill development, also. Sir, it is a very uh, it is a very heavyweight word, so capacity building.
My last question to you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir.
Carry on.
I now put the last. Jaipur. I mean in the Rajasthan Assembly,
Yes.
a bill was passed to not accept the farm laws, the amendments to the, I mean, the bringing in of the 3 farm laws. Now, is that the way that the state should be handling a central law? Any thoughts on this? There are several other, sorry, there are several other states as well which have done this, but is that the way a central law should be negated by the state?
So yes, sir. Along with Rajasthan, Kerala is also Kerala has also come with such a resolution.
Chhattisgarh and all. Okay, so but what are your views on this?
And the state it does not have a right to it as the center has made the law as per the concurrent list. Obviously, sir, the central law will prevail. But I found the way the states passes resolution against the state central law in the state assembly is one of their way to make their voices heard that we are in against these laws.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rajiv ji. Young lady, if I may first of all ask you, then maybe I'll ask 1 or 2 questions. Let me first of all ask you, Would you like to ask us any questions? Anything at all?
Sir, right now.
No? Let me first of all ask you,
Yes, sir.
you don't seem to be relaxed. You don't seem to be comfortable. Don't mind my asking you. I want to bring out the best in you.
Yes.
You are a very pleasant person. You know your subject well. I saw your score in high school. You got the CAGR 10 out of 10. So you have qualified for interview. You should be happy. You should be confident. You should be relaxed. So
Yes, sir.
I want to bring out the best in you. How can I make you feel relaxed?
Sir, I am relaxed, but the thing is that I tried mirror practice also, but smiling is one of the things is not
Not
coming.
smiling. Don't smile too much. It
Yes,
would look awkward. Smile only the right measure in the sense,
I am working upon
pleasant
that.
smile, not broad smile, not weak smile, just the right smile. Now let me ask you one or two things. Be confident, be relaxed, be your
Yes,
best,
sir.
whatever is your best demeanor and so on.
Yes,
What
sir.
do you think about the COVID management so far? And if you are the health secretary of the government of India,
Yes, sir.
what measures you would like
सर
to,
तुम पहुंच गया है टी-शर्ट हट रहा है
what measures you
तुम
would like to take to,
नहीं हटेगा तो बता देना बस
to accelerate management of COVID and control COVID in the country?
Yes, sir. Sir, first I am analyzing the COVID management till now. Sir, our approach has went from centralized to decentralized by in the time we have witnessed. We have witnessed two waves. In first wave, our response would be more centralized, and in second wave, our approach was more about the decentralized. And sir, surely, sir, there are various in the second COVID wave management, we have done not so well as we have faced the oxygen deficiency, lack of hospital beds we have faced, and sir, we could have better predict the oxygen demand first place. And so, when it comes to management, there emerges various models of management. For example, Mumbai model of oxygen management or COVID management is one of the popular model on COVID management. And sir, in my state also, Bhilwara district has become in new have come in news for the COVID management during the first phase. And sir, as a health secretary at this time, I would like to focus upon more on the accessibility of tests, more on the accessibility of availability of beds for treatment, more on COVID care at the home itself, and about the vaccination also. Try, I will I really agree with the approach which our Honorable Prime Minister gives a day before. It is test, treat, and tika. So, sir, I would focus upon both the three of them, sir.
My last question to you would be,
Yes,
if
sir.
you are the chief secretary of Rajasthan,
Yes, sir.
what measures you would like to take to accelerate the economic development of your state?
So Rajasthan has very much potential. For example, we have large land for solar power generation. Then we have mines. We are endowed with major minerals and minor minerals. We are endowed with various skilled human resources. As a chief secretary, first of all, I would delineate the areas which I will be focusing upon. I will prepare my team. I will ask them to come out with the statistics approaches so we can work upon them to earn the investments from outside of state or from foreign investor. I would organize any submits. For example, Research in Rajasthan was one of the summits which were organized in my state to attract investment. And sir, for economic development, I will also focus upon the small scale industries which are very much prevalent in my state, and on the skill development so that we have human resources for our industries.
Tourism could be added also.
Yes, sir. Tourism is one of the potential sectors.
All right. I think you have a very good chance. You have all the good points in you. You have a very good background, very good personality. My only suggestion to you would be a little more confident than what you are. Formulate your answers crisply. Don't drag on, repeating the same thing, trying to say the same thing in other words and so on. They know you. They know what you want to say as soon as you open your mouth. So formulate your responses carefully. You can take a moment to consider your reply. Be crisp. They are only judging your personality, right? And I would suggest that prepare a few areas which are your strengths, which are strong in you, and try to deflect, by some discussion, the answers going into those areas so that the supplementaries are taken out of those and you can impress the interview board. Right. Thank you very much. Neeraj, would you like to give her any feedback?
I would not like to add very much to what you said, sir. Pragya, as the chairman has said, that you have to look a little more relaxed. You are unnecessarily looking stressed. After he pointed it out at the beginning of the interview, you did try to relax yourself. And I'm sure that with a bit of effort, you can be relaxed, even during the interview. Remember, life is not coming to an end with this interview. In fact, life is going to begin once it is done. Either way, right? So you should be very positive. You are an extremely good candidate and there's no reason why you should not make it. I was very impressed with your knowledge base and also your understanding of the questions. What I noticed was that I asked you to mention 5 strengths, 5 weaknesses, 5 opportunities, and 5 threats. What you did was that you mentioned 5 strengths, but when it came to weaknesses and opportunities, you just mentioned 1 or 2 and then went on to the next subject. So either you can say, sir, I can only think of 2. I cannot think of any more. But the person who is asking you that question will keep track of how many items you mentioned here. So be very conscious of that. And if you had just said number 1, number 2, number 3, you would have yourself known how many you have mentioned and how many you are not going to mention. And you can say, sir, right now I can only think of these 3 or these 2. I'm sorry, sir. But if you just leave it hanging without acknowledging that you are not, that will not give a good impression. Otherwise, you can be rest assured that you have all the good qualities of a good candidate for the interview, and we are very confident that you will sail through. I wish you all the best for your interview. Rajiv ji?
Yes, so thank you, sir. Most of the areas have been covered by my senior panelists, the chairman, sir, and Neeraj, sir. Just 3 observations, Pragya, on your interview. First is the citizens charter, because it's a part of your pub ad. So therefore, let me tell you that on the websites of several government websites, you will find the components I had asked you. the components are very clearly defined as to in the form of vision, mission, and strategy. Okay, that is one. Then as far as the success of the citizen charter, this second ARC also has mentioned that it lacks teeth. Unlike they have also compared to the RTI, where it has teeth, it can even recommend disciplinary action against defaulting government officers. There is no such provision for the citizen charter. That is one. Then two, on the conduct rules, you mentioned, but you were a bit confused. Let me clarify to you that for the Central Civil Services, there is a conduct rules 1964, and for them, the following disciplinary rules is called the Central Civil Services Control Classification, Control and Appeal Rules 1965. Similarly, for their counterparts, the All India Services, the three All India Services, they have the All India Services Conduct Rules 1969 and their Disciplinary and Appeal Rules 1970. So these are the formats as public PubAd. Yeah, you just need to know the names, because as PubAd student, you might get a question on this. Then on the corporate governance, Pragya, the judicial, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs is the ministry which controls the various provisions and violations of the corporate governance. Then they have the judicial remedies are the NCLT, the National Company Law Tribunal, and the appellant is the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. These are the two judicial remedies apart from the High Court and the Supreme Court. And then finally, on that SWOT analysis, when Neeraj sir put you questions and he's also analyzed your answer, I would may I also make a suggestion that you could perhaps also have added the philosophers, I mean Indian philosophers whose policy, whose philosophies we are following so as not to stray from our age-old principles. For instance, Mahatma Gandhi, Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. I mean, you can mention those as in the foreign policy or non-alignment policy, non-aligned movement that we follow. These are very strong. Then the huge agricultural base that we have.
Yes.
And finally, the climate in various areas which allows the agricultural practices, various agricultural practices. So these are just some thoughts I would share with you. But otherwise, your answers were correct. And all the best to you, Pragya. All the best to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rajiv ji. Pragya, when is your interview scheduled for?
17th September.
17 September.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
you have plenty of time. You have almost 2 months. So you can prepare very well. I would only suggest that you make a few rehearsals in front of the mirror, or if you have a smartphone, you record your interview. You have a few sessions yourself. Maybe you can see a few interviews on YouTube. On YouTube, you can see several interviews because it's recorded, it's put on the YouTube. And try to have a few sessions yourself.
Okay.
Record,
I will surely do.
see it yourself, and see what you feel about it. If you were judging yourself, how would you judge it? Right? Say, for example, today, what you have performed, how would you judge yourself? Out of 10, how many marks you would have given yourself?
Sir, I would like to give 5.
How much?
6, sir. 6, 5. 6.
I would give you 7.5, maybe 8.
Okay, sir.
You have got a tremendous potential. You are underestimating yourself.
Okay, sir.
You have to bring out the best out of you. You understand?
Yes, sir. I will practice more, sir.
You have to practice, and then on current affairs, be well prepared.
Okay, sir.
Think of whatever are the possible questions. So, out of the information which you have given in your application, in your DAF,
Yes.
and the current affairs, you can bring out the questions and be well prepared.
Okay.
So, wish you all the best. Take care. You will succeed. You go with the confidence. I am here to succeed. Okay? All the best. Take care. Bye.
All the best, Pragya.
Thank you, sir.